IndoorCyclingRepair.com, quality repair service maintenance since 2005. Today we're talking about the differences between the Stages indoor cycling bike, a couple key differences, and why you may decide that you may want to buy a Stages over a Schwinn. And one of the differences between the Schwinn and the Stages, they both have a very similar magnetic resistance mechanism and a flywheel. But the reason why I'm doing this video is because when it comes to repair of the flywheel, or let's say you've got to repair the belt drive on the bike, or you got to replace the belt drive, the key difference on the Stages bike, this would also pertain to the Peloton too. The Peloton is that one of the areas of this bike, okay, that's superior to the Schwinn AC Performance and the AC Performance Plus, or any Schwinn AC that has a magnetic resistance bike with this type of flywheel. Okay, this would also apply to the Nordic Track and some other bikes that have a magnetic resistance mechanism with a very narrow flywheel. Here's that was a long-winded blah blah blah. Let me get to my main point. The difference is that's huge on this bike and the Peloton, that's so much better than the Schwinn, is that to remove the flywheel, all you have to do is pop off this cover. You need a 14 millimeter wrench to pull off to loosen the flywheel, and then you need a 7 millimeter wrench or socket to take off the chain adjuster, and the flywheel pulls straight out. Okay, and you don't have to mess with the resistance mechanism. On the Schwinn, it's a nightmare when you got to pull up the flywheel, because the flywheel, okay, pulls backwards off to get it off. You've got to unassemble the resistance mechanism. And believe me, here's what I'll tell you. Some people will either not be able to figure out how to do it and cause damage to the mechanism and possibly the frame. So here's a key insight here, okay, is that the Schwinn AC series is a great bike, but it's a first generation bike with the resistance mechanism. And so what happened is subsequently the team over at Schwinn quit the Schwinn indoor cycling division because the brand and the company changed owners. And so the team at Schwinn started another company called Foundation Fitness, and Foundation Fitness is the Stages brand. That's one of their products, the Stages brand. So I'll do a quick recap of a couple other reasons why the Stages is superior over the Schwinn AC and the spinner. Okay. Number two, the handlebar tower, the seat tower, the design. Okay, and it's a much better design, and it doesn't have as much rocking back and forth as the Schwinn and also the spinner. Okay, and to top that off, they have this what's called the lock lever here. So I can't operate a camera and also operate this mechanism, but it's real easy to do. All you need to do is flip this lever and grab the handlebar and adjust it to wherever you want it. Okay, so the Schwinn and the spinner have got this old primitive technology that's unreliable. It goes bad all the time, and it's a lot more maintenance. Okay, the next thing, the handlebar sliders on the stages and the seat slider on the stages, these things are superior to the spinner and also the Schwinn indoor cycling bike. They're hands down superior. This is new technology. The maintenance on this is very simple. When there's repairs that need to be done, it's very simple. Compared to the Schwinn and the spinner, when maintenance and repairs need to be done, it's a lot more complicated. A lot of mechanics or people that try to fix the Schwinn handlebar sliders and seat sliders, if there's problems, a lot of people won't even be able to figure out because it's so complicated. But I'll just leave it at that, but I would just generally say that the overall user experience for both the person that owns the bike and the user experience for the mechanic that's going to work on the bike, hands down, the Stages bike wins. Hands down. There's so many advantages. Byron's Indoor Cycling since 2005. Actually, it might be 2004 at indoorcyclingrepair.com. Also, if you Google search indoor cycling Los Angeles, my Google business listing will come up with my contact information. Also, byronsbike.com was my old website when I started Byron's Bike Indoor Cycling Bike Repair Service.